Hello guys, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, a stream where we test new features and try to figure out how they work before everyone else. Well, we have a poll option, or have, I guess, present tense, a poll option that I don't really have control over, I guess. I don't know. I asked Krista to set up a poll option, and she set it up on Twitch instead of Twitter, like I was really thinking it would be. So it's displaying on screen, at least if you are watching Twitch on the website as opposed to the mobile app, apparently. So the question is, only 4 villains left to defeat in the fall of leftover ultimates. Which did Lewd Dolphin start with tonight? The 4 choices were Progeny, the Chairman, the Ennead, and Trickster Kismet. And the votes are rather all over the place, but the one that's actually leading, because I voted myself, but I'm not going to count my vote because that's the only way I can see the results, is the Ennead. So we're actually going to set up an Ennead match. That's the winner. And we're going to figure out the rest of this soon, but it's Ultimate Ennead to start with. But let's take a step back and say welcome around the digital tabletop while we play Sentinels of the Multiverse. This is Dolphin's Dive. In particular, it is Dolphin's Dive. This is a Handelabra stream hosted by yours truly, Lewd Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for anyone and everyone also, and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal is not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us on Twitch at Handelabra Games, on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube it's Handelabra. I feel like that's out of order. I don't know. You can follow me personally on Twitter at LewdDolphin21, and on Twitch and YouTube it's just Lewd Dolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, and PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always via good old analog cardboard ink. You can get the game and more info at sentinelsdigital.com. Mobile is sad then. Okay, well, so we have Ultimate Ennead, that's the match. Normally I start off in the game. I wanted to get a feel for what villain you wanted to see me start. I'm talking with Krista on Slack about this. Hold on a second. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm very hard. No, that is a terrible thing to say. I have a very hard time. That's what I'm trying to say. I have a very hard time multitasking. And I'm trying to coordinate with Krista. Anyway, I normally start off with the match, but I wanted to figure out what you guys wanted to see first as a villain, and so you guys picked Ennead. So I'm going to just fill in the rest of these gaps myself, because the objective is actually to defeat the ultimates. I don't really want to spend forever on ultimates. I mean, I could, but why should I? So we're fighting Ultimate Ennead, which features lots of discards, so I'm kind of inclined to bring in Team Leader Tachyon, because with Hypersonic Assault, she is happy, and she can make sure we can counter Osiris's discards, because that will trigger every round. So we would probably like some sort of damage boost. Legacy's the easy choice. Mr. Fixer could make damage irreducible to bypass a clause of damage things. Omnitron X/U can get set up to prevent, or not prevent, but reduce damage by 2 scholars. Always a safe bet. Stuntman is all cool and all. You don't normally see this part of the stream where I decide on the hero team, so this is cool. Yeah, there's lots of choices here that are pretty good. They do a lot of ping damage until they get to the flip side, then there's going to be a +1, so getting out a Dynamic Siphon could be cool. Absolute Zero, of course, loves fire damage. So Setting Sun Ra is a question mark, and Setting Sun Ra is probably a very good bet. Bypasses damage reduction, provides nemesis bonus, so yeah, that's probably a safe bet then. Yeah, we can do that. Tempest probably is also smart because anything that can do AoE is great against the Ennead. Question is which version of Tempest. Base Tempest provides automatic AoE. Extreme Primordial Tempest, not exciting without non-character card targets unless we play in an environment with something. Sacrifice Tempest, not as much. Arc of Power. I'm just gonna stick with base. Base is easy. And I could bring in Parse to make damage more easily irreducible. I could bring in Legacy to just give us a +1 right off the bat. Extreme Primordance Argent Adept would give us heal target other than yourself 2 Sonic to have someone else play a card and use a power if needed. Give that to Ra for more fire. Nah, I think I'm gonna back away from that. What do I want to do here? Let's also think about the environment as well. Seems like Ennead and Tomb of Anubis is kind of the go-to, so I kind of want to steer away from that because I don't really like the go-to things. Like, of course, it makes sense for the Ennead and Tomb of Anubis and Ra, but we're gonna avoid that because there are better options, such as Thorath Capital. That's AoE. And I think I want to limit to 4 heroes. I don't know why, I just like 4. 4 is like an even number. Between 3, 4, and 5, 4 is the only even number. So we're not going to have Fixer Stuntman. Visionary Unleashed. She is actually like a little slow to get set up, but certainly we could, like, you know, utilize Twist the Ether. I think the best bet, or safest bet, is probably Scholar. I would say. Being able to have someone that can tank. It is not game 2 already. Oh no, we're a little slow. I could have game 1 set up because there was a poll option on what villain. We'll bring in Scholar, and I guess I'll do Scholar of the Infinite. I kind of prefer base Scholar, but Scholar of the Infinite's fine. Plus it's Infernal, so that fits well with the Ennead doing Infernal as well. I'm happy with this. I think this will work fine. Maybe. We'll see. This is Ultimate Ennead versus Team Leader Tachyon, Setting Sun Ra, Tempest, and Scholar of the Infinite in Thorath Capital. Let's go. Yeah, I normally start right into game 1, but this week it was a little weird. Our power has seen millennia. You shall fall before the Ennead. We're running out of time. Keep together, team. We can make this work. It's viewers' negotiations. Yes, that is what this is. Team Leader Tachyon has a Lightning Reflexes, Nimble Strike, Research Grant, Sucker Punch. Setting Sun Ra has Flame Spike, Inferno, Solar Flare, and Staff of Ra. Tempest has Chain Lightning, Gene Bound Shackles, ooh, nice, Into the Stratosphere, and Shielding Winds. Scholar of the Infinite has Bring What You Need, Flesh to Iron, Mortal Form to Energy, and Solid to Liquid. You can start with whatever elemental he wants. He has them all. It's not really good to have them in hand. You would rather have it keep moving, but it's okay. So, the Ennead, advanced. At the start of the villain turn, the top card from beneath the Shrine of the Ennead is moved into the villain play area. On the backside, increased damage dealt by villain targets by 1. And the challenge rule, every villain one-shot has all 3 symbols as keywords. Sun, Element, Ankh. Is it elements? No, it's not elements. I don't know. I always viewed this like I never actually knew what those 3 symbols were, so I called them like circle, hand, and relic. I don't know. But then I heard they have like actual words. I know sun, I know Ankh. Is it even Ankh? I don't know. I'm calling it Ankh. I should be an audiobook narrator. Oh. I assume because you're making fun of my voice for Tachyon. And then there's the hand. But it doesn't matter. Red, green, and cross. Yes. They don't actually have any reference in the Sentinels guides as to what these symbols are. But I'm sure they're classic Egyptian symbols or something. So that's why people know what they are. So every single villain one-shot has symbols on it, including ones that don't normally have symbols on it, like Rise to Power. And furthermore, that means these trigger effects, first time something enters the trash each turn, actually literally is anytime a card enters the villain trash. Because you'd have to open Mega Computer, recall the names of the symbols. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the symbol is because every card has this symbol, except technically every villain one-shot has this symbol. If there's a means of getting a card into the villain trash that isn't a villain card, that would be amazing. But I don't think that's a thing, at least in the available decks. In any case, all symbols are on all cards that are villain cards, so everything is going to react fully. So, we're also playing on Advanced, which means more Ennead come out, and when they flip, they hit harder, so hopefully we can stay alive. We have Nephthys, so deal each target 1 damage, blah blah blah. Set, play a top card, deal damage. Osiris, discard a card, deal yourself damage. A Tomb, oh boy, we have both Set and a Tomb. We're basically going to, yep, and there's Rise to Power. So Shu comes out, play the top card, it's Elemental Storm, because who needs 3 instances of 1 damage? Yeah. And then once this card resolves, then a card will be entering the trash, so things resolve. Sun, elements, and Og. Elements. So I was close. It's not element, it's elements. The Nephthys is dealing each target 1 fire damage. Set, play the top card, which is, of course, Taste of Immortality. So we're getting, what is this? 7? Are we at 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, yeah, 7. We have Shu. So everything is out here. And Nephthys is going off. Set is dealing damage. Someday, there we go. And then Osiris, everyone discards a card. So if you like these cards, you're losing some of them. That's kind of to be expected, considering that Osiris is out. He's always going to make this happen. And solid to yeah, I think solid to liquid, because flesh to iron is more important, and bring what you need will get more cards, and mortal form's a bit better. And then here's a card, Sun's Fury. I guess this is going to be a short game because Raw is already down to 14. I should probably be... I mean, I don't think it really matters on the first round what the order is. Who's considered to have the most cards in place? Scholar can take it because he'll have a -2 someday. And I guess that was the only one. Alright, cool. Fantastic. We're kind of going to have to move fast, so I'm going to start with Lightning Reflexes and hope that Nimble Strike gets me a card that helps. And we're going to wail on Set because things. Blinding Speed, however, is not something that helps here. Yeah. I guess, I mean, Research Grant, but it's probably going to get destroyed. But then here's cards. Team Leader gets me Light Speed Barrage, Wrathful Gaze, Flash Flood, and Transmute Recovery. And she draws Accelerated Assault if she gets another turn. I think it's time for Ra to just get mad. Let's Staff of Ra everything. Whee! 4 irreducible fire damage. Take that for that terrible round 1. Jeez, Ennead. Didn't even get me a chance to start. You'd go Inferno. If I can make it to my next round, I will Inferno. I want that +1. I need that +1. I must have the +1. Stratosphere would benefit against Geb and a Tomb. And then no one else is tied, so that's only going to do 2 extra instances of damage. Chain Lightning I can at least direct towards Set and a Tomb. Those are certainly our first priorities because they are always making the Ennead play extra cards. And I guess we'll just hit Osiris so we can stop discarding. Yeah, it is surprising I didn't get Nuit. But now there's like a 50% chance. Well, it's not even 50%. There's a 50% chance that Nuit comes out at the start of the turn. And then there's an extra chance that they will play Nuit anyway. Alright, Flesh to Iron. And this is actually going to be a little powered up already. No, it's not. Never mind. Because our first turn hasn't happened yet. The power, Scholar deals himself and one target X infernal damage, where X equals the number of cards you've discarded since the end of your last turn +1. I recently found out if you haven't had a last turn, that actually fizzles. Fun fact. So that discard that Osiris forced on me has no power on my power. No influence on my power, I guess. But there's Freedom Fouters. The Freedom Fouters! There's the AoE we needed. Of course, some of it's getting directed on our side, but for once, it's actually hitting the villains more than it's hitting the heroes. So I'm happy about that. Another Elemental Storm, so it's most likely Ra's not getting another turn. Because this is 6 damage to him plus the reaction effects. But Scholar will survive. So I just missed what came out. Isis came out. Oh yeah, we missed the thing. All right, let's just get. Let's do Set so we see what happens. Did I? Oh, I hit someone else. I'm dumb, aren't I? Did I hit choose from me? I didn't. Right there. Set. Oh, good. Knew it's coming out after all. Woo! The gang's all together. Woo! Freedom Fodders. I said Fouters, but Fodders sounds accurate. Alright, well, Atom, play your card. Or a Tomb. Deal here with the lowest, so that's, of course, Ra. And, yeah, so order does matter here. Because which one hits the... One of these hits something. 4 HP, deal to hero with the most cards in play. So we can aim this at Ra because he's dying anyway. Or we can do it at Scholar because he'll just take 0. Okay, sure. And each non-hero target regains 1 HP. This card deals here with the lowest. That definitely should go off because that will hit Ra, and Ra can take that for us. Okay, there's Ra. Ra's gone. 2 non-villains with the highest. Deal each hero. Each villain regains 1. I don't think the rest matters. Yeah, it's soon gonna become the Scholar fights. But we can at least have Tachyon use a Lightspeed Barrage, I guess, for the briefest moment. Yeah, I'm not flash flooding, please. And I want that Bring What You Need. And I want all these cards. I'm gonna hold on to the Mortal Form. I'm gonna ditch Transmutive Recovery. Who's considered to have the second highest? I guess, well, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Let's keep Tempest alive because... Blot. I feel like most of the damage we did in that first round's already almost gone. Alright. They're flipping and they're getting a +1, so I don't really think anyone's going to survive for long because this is a +1, this is a +1. And then this is a +1, this is a +1. So yeah, there's too much damage. So we really just need to push to get rid of someone like super fast. And I know there's a -1 here, but I don't care. This is the depth of my of my strategy tonight is I don't care. Welcome to round 2. Ooh, alchemical redirection. Maybe we could sacrifice Scholar. Alright, let's see. One player might either draw or play a card. One hero deals one target 10 irreducible fire damage. Remove Raw from the game. Destroy each non-hero target with 4 or fewer HP. Remove Raw from the game. This might actually be a use... How to use this. Do I want to do 10 irreducible damage to set? If I do that, then I kind of have to make sure he does go out. So if I do 10 irreducible, then Lightning Slash would do 4. So he'd be down to 2. So I got to get 2 damage on Scholar, which his base power would do. This will discard a card. Yeah. Okay. We're doing that. It's the time. Who wants to deal this damage? We'll have Scholar deal this damage. You have to know when to turn loose. I could have Scholar play a card, but I want set gone now. I know I'm losing that effect for the rest of the game, but I want set gone now. Set has to be gone. I mean, this will give everyone extra card plays, and by everyone I mean Scholar for like however long this lasts, so. I think this is fine though. I think it's okay. Now, do I want to alchemically redirect? It will save us from the Freedom Fighters. It will save us from the onesies. Yeah, I think I'm going to redirect. This is a gamble, but it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Which probably means I shouldn't have had Tachyon play her Lightspeed Barrage, but then again, that damage did help us get set out, so that's fine. Authority Ziggurat, which is going to provide an extra card play. Excuse me. And another Freedom Fighters! What's better than 1 Freedom Fighters? 2 Freedom Fighters. So that they can do all this damage that is going to get regained at the start of the, or at the end of the villain turn. Okay. Grave Beckons, destroys each target with 3 or fewer. So there goes the Freedom Fighters! And then these effects all go off before we get to our first turn. Beautiful. Let's have this go off. I clicked Atom, and now I'm having Osiris. This game lies. This game lies. I'm going to say this is a bug. Thanks, John. I don't know why it's doing that, though. In all honesty. Yeah. I'm just gonna ditch stuff. I don't need a second Flesh to Iron. It's not a bug, it's a feature. You didn't really want to make that choice, did you? Atom. I clearly clicked Atom, and now Nephthys is going off. Atom! Oh my gosh, it's actually Atom. So now who am I? I'll click Shu and we'll see what we get next. We get Shu. I'm gonna guess it's a bug with the number of double effects that are going off. That's my guess. Either that or I'm going crazy and I'm not actually hitting Atom and everyone thinks I'm crazy for thinking Atom is going off. But yeah, this is 0, saving the team. This is actually gonna hit Scholar. Oh no, damage! And then this actually hits Scholar. Oh no, damage! And this is Scholar. Oh no, damage! And then that. Ooh, Fleet of Foot. Get quick insight. Tempest would have played Reclaim from the Deep. And Scholar would have played Don't Dismiss Anything. Oh man, that makes me a little sad. If I play Pushing the Limits, I get no benefit from it because I can't be dealt the damage. So I'll just quick insight instead. We have not lost yet, no. HUD Goggles. Fleet of Foot. HUD Goggles. I guess we're gonna ditch a HUD Goggles, and I'm gonna ditch the Blinding Speed. Not the Fleet of Foot. Why would I discard Fleet of Foot? Localized Hurricane. Offensive Transmutation. I would have preferred this to have been played on my own turn, but okay. I don't know. Should we hit a Tomb or should we hit Newit? Newit's giving damage reduction, which is making everyone weaker, but a Tomb's also giving extra card plays. I guess Newit though, because she's easier to get out. Thorathian Military. I guess there's an argument for who should not deal the damage. This is the villain with the lowest, which is Osiris or Shu, so they're going to deal the damage, but that's okay. All the environment cards are destroyed. Love Osiris deal the damage. But Scholar stays alive. That's the important part. This is not an important part. We don't need this HP regen. Alright, well, I guess Fleet of Foot. Come on, Fleet of Foot. Hypersonic Assault. If only I had a +1. And there's a no in a turn loose. Alright, well, HUD Goggles, Pushing the Limits. And I'm gonna cry about this. This is what I bought Tachyon for. And now I can't even use it. It's full of fire. Why is this game so mean? Okay. Blinding Speed. Otherworldly Resilience. Get out of the way. Tragic. Alright, so welcome to Raw's turn! Thank you for visiting Raw's turn! Should have brought a damage booster that isn't Raw. Yeah. It's alright. Do I Gene-Bound Shackles for extra damage? That sort of forces me to not hit Newit, though. Otherworldly Resilience to negate the +1 from Localized Hurricane, but probably not going to matter regardless. We hope you enjoyed your visit to Raw's turn. Oh, man. Reclaim? Dig a card from Scholar's trash, because Scholar's the only one that could do something with it. Bear in mind he's going to discard a card. Ooh, but we do have a Don't Dismiss Anything. You know what we can do? We could force Tachyon to play her Lightspeed Barrage. Yes, alright. There we go. Reclaim. And then we'll get the Lightspeed Barrage. And I guess the question is, do we want Tempest to play this card or draw this card? And if Tempest isn't going to make it, is he? Unless that Localized Hurricane, because we're definitely not going to... Oh. Oh no, that is in May. Alright. We're going to have Tempest keep this card on top of his deck so that he can play it. So I need to make sure I do not draw cards. Automatically choose order and draw cards when it is safe to do so. That's what I want to get rid of. Chain Lightning or Lightning Slash? Chain Lightning hits more things. But I kind of want to focus on do it, so I'm going to just put the Lightning Slash out. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter because they're going to regain it back anyway. And then is one of these better than the others? That's the Offensive Transmutation. I will not draw a card. I will deal damage. And then I don't know that this one matters as much. And then I will not draw 2 cards, and then I will not draw a card. I feel like they need to give this ability in multiplayer to turn that option off, because that takes away from your ability to get things done. I am not going to know when to turn loose. I don't know when to turn loose. Do I know when to turn loose? Do I look like I know when to turn loose? Tachyon plays Lightspeed Barrage for 8. And then Tempest plays Lightning Slash for 5. And then Scholar plays Offensive Transmutation for 2. And then Scholar, it's Knew It for 3. He's down to 5. Ooh, Grace Under Fire. Genebound Ravagers hits everything, including the kitchen sink. Ouch. Scholar's okay with this. Death's Grasp hits Tachyon, who... Ooh, nice! That was Knew It who went off, so that was perfect. Not a Tomb, Osiris. Yeah, choose for me. This. That. Keep the other ones. I'm gonna play those cards someday, I swear. Okay, well, I hit a tomb, and it gave me Osiris. So I'm gonna click on Geb, and it's gonna give me a tomb. I knew it! Yeah! We're gaming the system. All right, get rid of Localized Hurricane, and maybe Tempest can stay alive. Get rid of Pushing the Limits, and maybe Tachyon can stay alive. Get rid of Research Grant, because that's less useful. Knew It can't deal damage. Oh no. So, and then I'm of course gonna have to make the right. I have to push the right button for this to work. But if I kill Knew It and use Get Out of the Way, Scholar has a chance to live. Yes, he does. That is true. The 2 non-villains with the highest. Fortunately, that includes, or those are 2 hero targets, but we can maybe get them to be the Genebound Ravagers. Heals the hero with the lowest 2. HP recovery. The hero with the most cards in play, which is either Tachyon or Scholar. But Tachyon doesn't actually have that much to do other than provide a card draw, which she can give on her in-cap. So we might sack Tacky. I'm just going to start abbreviating words if that's okay. I'm going to sack Tacky. So if I hit Isis, it's going to have Shu go off. So I'm going to hit Knew It so that Isis goes off. See? I knew it. There's some sort of bug with this. And I'm going to guess it's because, like, Nephthys has 2 actions that have to trigger. So welcome to, welcome to bug finding on Dolphin's Dive. I do have to admit, though, that this, I mean, I'm not saying, like, this is a terrible game at all. Why would this be a terrible game to be showing you? But I do think that, you know, there are a bajillion things in this game. The fact that the bugs are rather far and few in between and aren't, like, terrible bugs that make the game literally unplayable is great. Alright, this is still going to include Tempest. Each hero target 1 fire. So if I do that, It takes out Tacky. But then Geb will now target the Genebound Ravagers. So then there's Nephthys that is going to do HP regen, so I guess we can just go with the HP regen things. The game doesn't slow down when I use Channel with Flesh to iron out. I think that's more of, like, how strong is your device sort of thing. Anything that requires calculations is going to run faster on whatever machine is more built for it. And unfortunately, or fortunately, gaming PCs are more well equipped for calculations and processing than the average tablet. Alright, so Tempest is gone. Death's Grasp. Well, knew it. That Hypersonic Assault actually did a lot. It didn't save Tempyon. I'm just going to leave that there. Drawn to the Flame is actually a bit slow still. Excuse me. It's like noticeably slower. It's not 100% slow. Draw, play, shuffle. And Tempyon. You are Tempyon now. Tempyon, power, damage type immunity, move an ongoing card. Damage type immunity is very potent. Very potent. Unfortunately, there's too many instances of damage for it to be 100% potent. But definitely playing No One Hold Fast is probably best. So don't dismiss anything, which will only give one card play. Expect the worst, or I could use it to bring a card back, of course. Transmutative Recovery, keep moving. No One to Hold Fast. Welcome to Raw's turn. Thank you for visiting Raw's turn. Power, damage type things. The fact of the matter is we have to make movement on Newit. So, Grace Under Fire will definitely take Newit out. I don't have to do anything extra in that aspect. But because of the fact that the Ennead regained 2 HP at the end of their turn, plus Nephthys provides HP regen and Shu provides HP regen, I have to do at least 4 damage on a single target in order to be able to make sure we keep moving. Keep moving! But so I don't necessarily need to use Channel. This will do 2 damage, but since Newit's basically gone, that's 1. So the next best thing to consider is what can we make Scholar immune to keep himself alive. And he's immune to anything, or not immune, he reduces anything that's 2 or less. So what's the most danger is melee, because those are dealing 2. Infernal is also doing 2, but there's only 1 instance of that. And I guess there's a point that, of course, if Ancient Magix comes out, we're kind of done for. So I'm just gonna do melee and hope to be safe. Now we do have an Expect the Worst that I could play just to be safe for this round. But I think I'm not gonna do that. You have to keep moving. Interesting. Well, I don't think I'm gonna dismiss anything. It's more fun when you have a full team of heroes. It's still useful, but slightly less so when it's only 1 hero. You can use it to bring a card from your trash pack, of course. Do I want to keep that Solid to Liquid out? We might be fine on cards, so I could just keep it and get out a mortal form someday. But this is gonna power up my base power. I'm dismissing. Don't dismiss anything. No. I'm thinking about getting another flesh to iron out. The problem is Ancient Magics is going to destroy that and kill me anyway. So now let's get rid of Solid to Liquid. Let's go ahead and get the second flesh to iron, and then Grace Under Fire knew it. Because now I can use my base power and not deal myself damage. And you might have noticed that channel took a little bit of time to calculate. Like it wasn't immediately reducing damage. But yeah, we're now going to focus on Atomb. Atomb needs to go. Another get out of the way. Or N get out of the way. A get out of the way. Orbital Bombardment. That's AoE. This is going to do 2 damage to everything who is not named Shu. Blast of Flame is perfect. And normally I would just have a Tomb go off right away, but I think we're going to save him for last in case he does play Ancient Magics. Because we are immune to everything. Yeah, at this point, expect the worst isn't going to do it. Yeah, this I brought out Thorath Capital because it does 2 damage a pop, but it does it to everything, so it's perfect. Perfect for this sort of situation. Orbital Bombardment, indeed. But we have 2 flesh to iron, so we're fine. And then this is fine. And then this... We could also be immune to energy and save ourselves from orbital bombardment if we need to. But we should not need to. And then Atomb plays Elemental Storm. That isn't Ancient Magics, but there's still a potential for Ancient Magics. Actually, Ancient Magics isn't going to hit Scholar once the thing's destroyed. And the Freedom Fighters! But orbital bombardment's going to hit everything. Mass overheating. There are no equipment cards in Scholar's deck. We made it! We made it through this villager! This game's lasted a little longer than I thought it would. It's because Scholar is Scholar. Alright, we do not have Mortal Form the energy, unfortunately. Get out of the way at this point would be amazing. But I don't have it. I think we're gonna know when to hold fast again. Try to get another keep moving for Immortal Form. We get Proverbs and Axioms, Grace Under Fire, that's also good. Keep moving, there it is. Offensive Transmutation, Proverbs and Axioms. Welcome to Raw's turn, thank you for visiting Raw's turn. So because we have a -2 here, it might be fine to not worry about the immunity aspect. Move an ongoing card from a player's trash to their hand. I mean, we do have... No, we only have the one. Like, we could sort of set it up for Scholar to draw Expect the Worst from Tempest's turn, and then play Expect the Worst on his turn, and then Tachyon could have him play another card that he would normally want to play anyway. So... that's an option. But not for this round, because he has to play Keep Moving and get out of the way, like, right now. And there is a Mortal Form in your deck, right? Yes, there is. So I could... I could do that now. I could have Scholar use Truth Seeker... because, so I have a -4 to everything. The only issue is if, you know, Ancient Magics comes out, which is going to get rid of Scholar's hand or deck or whatever, but he might actually survive the villain turn if that does happen. So I think... well, I guess just to be safe. Yeah, I'll just be safe. It's fine. Melee was the most dangerous. Discard 2. We'll just get rid of Proverbs and Axioms. At this point, I mean, I've been trying to utilize Bring What You Need, but I have, like, other things to do, so I'm going to get rid of that one. And then we'll find a Mortal Form, and then we'll play a Mortal Form. Or not Mortal. And then we'll play Get Out of the Way. Why did I... let me back up a step. Let's play Get Out of the Way. And then you're going to regain a buttload of HP. 10 HP that you're going to then shoot out to a tomb. And now you could deal yourself 4. Or you could deal 2. I mean, deal yourself 4, reduce to 0. To deal a tomb 4. Or you could deal 2 damage and draw a card. I'll do 2 and draw a card. I don't know that a tomb's going to perish on the environment turn per se. Alchemical Redirection. Perfect. A discard card. And keep moving. Alright. Here's some damage. And then Rebel Headquarters. Ancient Magics. Uh-oh. Oh, but we can keep a Flesh to Iron. Hello. I would like to keep a Mortal Form, but I'll keep a Flesh to Iron, if that's okay. There was a good thing that happened here. So Ancient Magic has been played. Is there anything that I need to worry about here? I don't think so. In fact, order doesn't actually matter at all, so we'll just hit choose for me. And it's gonna... yeah, I think there's just an issue here. Because, yeah, you know. Keeps having me choose for me after a certain point anywhere. Like, it doesn't go through all of Nephthys's effects. It only starts with the first one and then does something else. Alright. Here's damage for you. Oh, did you want your hand? Too bad. There it is. And so much for the environment. Alright, so now we're in a tricky spot where I can't keep Flesh to Iron in play. Unless I have Tachyon let Scholar draw a card, which she's going to do, so... There you go! So Scholar's turn is going to be pretty sad. But we can do melee reduction. We can discard this card. We can use this power. You kind of still have to... Oh. Hi, I forgot. You discarded a lot of cards. That's fine. At least a tomb is gone. They're only gonna play 2 cards in their turn instead of 3. I forgot that he discarded his hand. That's an important thing. Oh well. HP is only important when you're at your last one. But Scholar's Flesh to Iron will stay alive. All we have to do is stay alive. Oh yeah, there's a problem here. Scholar's going to discard his card because of Osiris. But I can do this much damage. Osiris. Oh boy. Yeah, I can't actually... this is bad. I can't survive now. So draw a card. Yeah, the problem is... Oh, actually, no. I might be able to survive. Oh, no, I can't. Arrgh. I can be immune to melee, which saves me 2 points of damage, or I could move a card from my trash in my hand, so I have something else I can discard. Actually, no, I'm fine. Okay, no, here we go. Here we go. We're going to do this. I don't know why I didn't do this last turn. We're going to move Expect the Worst. We're going to get rid of Flesh to Iron, and we're going to play Expect the Worst! Yay! I don't know why I didn't do that last turn. I should have done that last turn. So the only thing that screws me up is if Ancient Magics comes out. Where have I heard this before? Alright, good news. They're being dealt 2 damage a pop. So... we're just gonna sit here under Expect the Worst and have the environment take out the Ennead. Order doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Here's what's gonna happen. Sun's Fury, okay. That does nothing. And then things. Discard a card. We're gonna keep Transmutive Recovery. No, the military! Every time I see Nephthys, I feel like it's saying Nepicross or Nepicros or... Ooh, get out of the way. Beautiful. Thank you. I don't have Mortal Form the energy, but I would like to regain 6 HP. I just quadrupled my hit points. Elemental Storm does nothing. And here's more hit points. Oh boy, I feel like I'm trying to siphon water out of a boat that has holes in it. You can actually play a card because you have a transmuter recovery, so you can do that. There's a mortal form. There's a solid to liquid. Hello, Raw. Bye, Raw. And now, oh geez, this is actually a little bit problematic because if I want to keep this expect the worst train going, I can't. Well, I think it's going to. Well, yeah, a set's gonna actually force me to play this card. I think actually I'm gonna yet again not draw a card because I don't want to shuffle prematurely. So move, expect the worst, and then play expect the worst. And then not draw a card. Oh my jeez. Oh my jeez. And then let's actually put this back on, because at this point it's not going to matter. We're kind of in a dangerous situation here where the Scholar is going to shuffle his trash into his deck, at which point Tempest won't be able to get expect the worst for him. And, oh no! The looters! No! No! This is bad. No! I refuse. I refuse to discard a card. I'm gonna hit the cheat button that allows me to draw my deck into my hand. No, I can't do that. That was a bad time for Defiant Looters. If I had known that was gonna come out, I was going to draw a card anyway, because then I could actually do something with that. Because the problem is I don't have expect the worst, or I don't have Flesh to Iron. I don't have expect the worst after this next round, so I'm gonna take the full brunt of damage, unless I get lucky and Tachyon has me draw cards. Has me draw a card that helps. Elemental Storm. Take that, Defiant Looters. I guess we could also, well, now that Scholar has shuffled his, or has discarded his last card, that's gonna do this, and then he's gonna play a card, Transmuted Recovery, draws 2 cards, Proverbs and Axioms, Truth Seeker, neither of which helps. And then damage. So, draw a card, play a card. I should just play Proverbs and Axioms, because then I could regain 2 hit points, right? So. Solid to Liquid is not the one I want. Hello, Mind Kitsune. How are you doing? Hello, Raw. Bye, Raw. So my trash is empty. No, it has 2 cards in it, neither of which are ongoings. My power is not going to help, so I think we'll just be immune to melee and hope to ride the storm. Because, as you can see, my expect the worst is gone. I'm gonna Truth Seeker and draw cards. And hope to survive this round and hope to get damage reduction going again. Freedom Fighters is actually good because Rebel Headquarters stops the damage. Defiant Looters, no! We did this already! Actually, that's fine. Defiant Looters will die right away. So it's fine. And the Freedom Fighters are going down too because of the Ravagers. No! No! Blast of Flame. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? This looks bad. Know when to hold fast. There was a keep moving. That would have helped. Grace Under Fire is beautiful. Grace Under Fire is still beautiful. Transmuter of Recovery. Know when to turn loose. And Abject Refugees. Sun's Fury. Well, we're alive. We survived. We did it, team! We're alive! Ah. So, if I'm gonna get, like, Flesh to Iron, it would certainly be better to keep moving on Scalver's turn to avoid discard. But Transmuter Recovery is probably the good play here. Because I'm at 3 hit points. Transmuter Recovery. Keep moving. I can get double flushes. Alright. We're still alive. This is good. We do not have an ongoing in your trash still. No, I have an Expect the Worst. I discarded an Expect the Worst. What am I talking about? I have an Expect the Worst in my trash. What? Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to keep moving into a mortal form. And I'm going to keep moving into a mortal form. And then I'm going to Expect the Worst. All right, things are looking up. And this is better. Get out of the way. Look at this. Things are looking up here. Oh, and Abject Refugees actually had me draw a card. Nice. Defiant Leaders are back, but they're gonna die again, which is fine. It'd be better if they would not come back out at all. Those looters are so defiant. They keep coming out. No, you can die. I'm just gonna decide for the refugees to die. No big deal. Alright, yeah, looters are dead. The Ravagers are gonna kill the Freedom Fighters again. But at least the Ravagers will hit the villains. Which, you know, we kind of have to make progress on taking out villains at some point. Everyone loves looters. Oh, man. We picked the one game where looters sucks. Actually, looters did get us expect the worst, so not all bad. Oh man, I have to discard a card. I guess. We're still going. Jeez, it's been over an hour? Really? What? How has this been going on for an hour? So what's the free card play we're getting? Grace Under Fire! Doing only 6 damage because all the environment targets went away. But we got a Grace Under Fire. And a Freedom Fighters that might actually stay alive. Rise to power. Elemental Storm. Alright, Freedom Fighters are staying alive. Alright, you know how I have a, I kind of did a dumb. Because I played both of my Keep Movings. And now I don't have the damage immunity one again. Ah! Why am I so dumb? Yeah, Transmutive Recovery gets me 2 cards. I mean, I could get out of the way twice. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Keep going to turn loose in my hand so that set doesn't have me randomly play it. That's definitely the thing. Like, I feel like I need to get another damage reduction effect. So as fun as it would be to get out of the way, I think I'm going to play Transmutive Recovery. Because we need the cards. I can still do the damage. Bearing in mind, Freedom Fighters is going to do 2 damage. Mortal Form and know when to turn loose, so there's another one. I don't know how many there are in his deck. There are no more. All right, so no random know when to turn looses are gonna happen. But yeah, the problem is now I should not have gotten 2 mortal forms. I got so excited about it that I forgot that I have to survive the round after that. Expect the worst turn. So, oops. So I could Truth Seeker to use to draw a card. I could be immune to melee, which would, well, no, we'll use the power to draw a card. Maybe we'll get the thing I need. Nope. So keep no one to turn loose in my hand. I can get rid of Osiris. Freedom Fighters will hit Osiris, though. So now I have to figure out who else to hit. And I don't want to flip Tefnut because Tefnut has discards on her flip. So which one does the most damage? They all do a lot of damage. So Geb, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use get out of the way to regain the hit points at this point. This is at least doing considerable damage. Proverbs and Axioms. Keep moving. There you are. You're only like 20 cards down. If I lose, it's because I played 2 mortal forms, so it's entirely my fault. I can do it. We are down to 5. Death's Grasp. Ouch. 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 I think I'm gone. I think Isis is gonna kill me. Yep, it happened. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. Yep. We got close, but I screwed it up. It was my fault. I got too excited about a bad thing. I should have gotten the preventative flushed iron. Oh well, it's fine. We had a good attempt. Okay, well now it's time for viewers' choice. Remember when I used to call it that? Also, I left my window open. Let me get rid of this window. Yeah, that. Okay, so Chrono-Ranger, please. You have to say that you want to play. I'm going to interpret that as you want to play. And then once you get to choose, you can choose the hero, because you'll certainly be a hero selection. It's okay. No worries. Copy paste PB. Let's see. So I don't even need to look this up because it's such a short list. Oh my gosh, Chrono-Ranger, I had no idea. 5 heroes, all right. All the questions are out there now. Alright, Darren was Hero 3 and he shows supply and demand benchmark. Who was Hero 1? I think right. Dark Watch Setback. Why do you always choose Dark Watch Setback? Well, not you, but for being like the least favorite hero variant, Dark Watch Setback is like the most chosen hero's choice hero. Extreme Primordans, Argent, Adepts, Progeny, Court of Blood. Ooh, that's actually going to be fun. That's my choice when I'm crossed with you. Wow. Wow. Who was Hero 5? Hero 5 was missing number... Any Legacy. Well, since you gave me the choice, what would be best here, I guess? Why don't I get stuck with Prime Warden's Cosmic more often? Because Dark Watch Setback is just like right there. Do I want to... base Legacy's good for damage boosts. This team is sort of... Well, no, I guess we do have Ongoing Destruction. I was gonna say we're lacking on Ongoing Destruction. Do you need Environment Destruction? Do you need card plays? We have Extreme Prime Warden's Argent Adept. We have card plays. Let's go with this. Ultimate Progeny versus Dark Watch Setback, Chrono-Ranger, Supply and Demand Benchmark, Extreme Prime Warden's Argent Adept, and Legacy in the Court of Blood. Stand down, evildoer! You are faced by heroic heroes, and we're good at things! So... Dark Watch Setback has exceeded expectations, Fumbling Fool, Karmic Retribution, Silver Lining. Chrono-Ranger has Danny Boy, Displaced Armory, Hunter and Hunted, and Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. Supply and Demand Benchmark has 2 Flybys, Subcutaneous, Cybernetics, and Threat Neutralizer. Extreme Prime Warden's Argent Adept has Alacritus Abdominant, Arcane Cadence, Polyphoric Flare, and Scherzo Frost and Flame. And Legacy has Backfist Strike, Danger Sense, Lead from the Front, and Surge of Strength. So, Progeny. His advanced rule on his front side, Scion cards are indestructible. On the back side, at the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the villain deck. The challenge rule, Scion cards do not destroy other Scion cards upon entering play until there are 5 or more Scion cards in play. So, we're on this side, yeah. So the challenge rule doesn't really do anything on the front side because Scion cards are indestructible, but on the flip side, they are going to keep Scions out. So this challenge rule is sort of interesting because it keeps more Scions out, but when you combo with Advanced, it sort of doesn't have an immediate effect, but it does have a long-lasting one. Okay, so here we go. First one is Scion of Flame, so we get a damage boost, or he gets a damage boost, rather. At least it's not Scion of Sparks, or whatever, Scion of the Storm. Form the Harbingers, bringing a new Scion, which is Scion of Flame! Jeez, sorry. I got super excited. And then here's damage. Here's where most people would fast forward, but I kind of let the animations go through because it gives people a chance to catch up on what's going on here. Plus it lets me just sit back and think about what I'm going to do next. Other than hold tab and wait to see what happens next. Plus I can digest the damage that's being dealt. For instance, I noticed that Argent Adept is sitting at 14. He is very likely to be the hero with the lowest HP, which means that he will be very likely targeted by Progeny. And when that matters. Alright, he has 2+1s. That's awful. We have a Neurotoxin Dart Thrower, but against 2+1s, it makes it a 1+1. Yeah, Dark Watch Setback currently has an issue with getting tokens. Fumbling Fool would give him tokens. But then if I proceed to use my base power, it's going to... Well, alright, the problem is, if I use my base power, then Extreme Prime Warden's Argent Adept cannot use his base power to have a hero draw a card, or play a card and use a power. So, I don't think it's wise to have that happen. But I could put out Silver Lining and then not use the base power. Whoops, sorry. All right, get the hat. We need the hat. Hat is play number 1. And then the dart thrower. As bad as having double Scion of Flames is, we can actually do double dart thrower with Argent Adept. So that's not too bad. Plus we can have Chrono-Ranger play Sudden Contract, which is nice. Alright, let's get the hardware train going. Gain a hit point, play a card. That card is a software, which can help keep the lowest HP hero alive. Okay, let's see what Argent Adept has in store for him. Instrumental Conjuration, Tillman's Lyra, Inspiring Supertonic, Syncopated Onslaught, Saraband of Destruction. Amazing cards. We're gonna ditch the Lyra because Conjuration can bring it back. We're gonna play the Inspiring Supertonic. So let's put the Conjuration in hand, and then I think having damage reduction, or not damage reduction, ongoing environment destruction is most useful. So we're gonna put that out. Bottom of deck, actually we can put the Lyra on the bottom, because Syncopated Onslaught, if it's in my trash, I can dig for it with Vernal Sonata, maybe. Yeah. Let's get the bounty. By any means. And then Dart Thrower. We also have Legacy here. Legacy can lead from the front to save whoever he needs to save. Ultimate target would be better. True. I like by any means, though. It increases all the damage by 1. Scion of Blight. So you have the subcutaneous cybernetics. The first time benchmark is they'll damage, discard a card to regain 1. Nah. We kind of want him to flip because that's fewer instances of damage. It does sort of mean, however, that yeah, I'm gonna ditch that. It does sort of mean that he'll play extra cards, though. Alright, yeah, Progeny's gonna flip if I hit Chrono. But that's okay. We're gonna Fumbling Fool. Add 5 tokens. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because this will mitigate the self-damage that we're having happen here. Actually, does that mean Progeny's not gonna flip then? Is it 10 or fewer than 10? It is fewer than 10, so it might actually be fine. Don't destroy that. Actually, I could safely play Hunter and Hunted because we do have Legacy. I'm gonna do that. I guess it's technically not safe, but actually no, that's not. Okay, no, never mind. That's gonna make nope. We're gonna undo that. I changed my mind already because if I play Hunter and Hunted, then Argent Adept hits Chrono for more. Although it's only 1. It's a short life. I lead but a short life. It will flip Progeny. But that's okay. Flyby. We're just gonna wail on him as much as we can. Yeah. As fun as Karmic Retribution is, you're not likely to have 7 or more tokens. And then I might as well Flyby. And then I'll return this to my hand so I keep 1. And I'll play the top card of my deck. Ooh, deployment actuation. This gets me flash installation drive, discard the top of your deck, then put a software from your trash into play. And I can move 1 card from my trash into my hand. Nice. Secondary cannon is another thing. What did I discard? I discarded Microfabricator? No! It's a hardware! We do have 2 hardware, so I can put this into play. He's kind of like Omnitron X, but with way more things to track. But it's I enjoy it. You know, deck harp. I was gonna do the Lyra, but I mean, with Inspiring Supertonic, I can do the harp and I can regain hit points. But I do want Chrono to take this damage. Actually, whoop, that is not how I wanted to do it. I want Chrono to take this damage. Here, power, Argent, Adept, and then we do this because I'm gonna have Progeny flip. I know it's dangerous and risky, but I want him to flip. I'm forced to play Terrible Tech Strike. Is the stream getting choppy? Well, I've dropped 547 frames, which does not seem to suggest that it's an issue on my side. Normally when it's an issue on my side, I've dropped thousands of frames. Someone has to discard a card. Argent that can discard Polyphoric Flare. Is he going to use that at this point? Yeah, notice that I'm just loading as much damage as I can onto Progeny. This is a dangerous fight if this lasts for too long. We might as well make it last too short. All right. Backfist Strike would do 5 damage. But why would I play that now? I could just play Surge of Strength now and then Backfist Strike next turn. I could play Legacy Ring in hopes to get another power. Because he does have Scion of Blight, so I'm going to keep discarding cards. So unless I have a good reason to hit him, then I think I'm not going to play Backfist Strike. So I think I'll just do Legacy Ring and hope to get another power. Inspiring Presence. That's not another power, but it is good. Environment's not doing much at the moment. The Inevitable brings out Time of Tribulations. Uh-oh. Let's direct that to Benchmark, because he'll regain some. Discard this. We can get software back a little more easily. Let's say no. There's no real reason to redirect to Legacy. But this has to redirect. Benchmark can take it. Or, well, yeah, that's what I meant. Legacy can take it. Ow. Progeny sees my attempts to deal damage quickly and raises me. Wow. Silly Progeny. Tricks are for kids. Alright, well, alright. The bad news is time of tribulations. The good news is this does destroy a Scion. If you get rid of a Scion of Flame, then it will be a lot easier to stop him from dealing damage. This will come at the expense of destroying equipment cards. Chrono-Ranger has enough. Benchmark is a little unhappy to lose equipments. Argent Adept can put out a sacrificial one. Legacy is going to miss his ring, but I think that's a thing I'm willing to lose because he only has 2 of each Scion. So if I lose the Scions of Flame, or 1 Scion of Flame, then he'll lose a +1. And then we'll be able to mitigate the damage a little more easily. Or I don't, and I die. I can exceed expectations. I think I'm going to wait on that. I think we want the Inspiring Presence if I'm going to do that. But I think I'm just going to skip because I want to get a better card. Because with Dark Watch Setback, I don't really like his base power, surprise, so I'm gonna try to find a different power that's a little more useful. And then at that point, things will start looking up. Wink, wink. I mean, Setback, you're not gonna all of these cards. I mean, Turn of Events is actually good. Okay, secondary cannon. Because we're resigned to having things happen. So let's regain a hit point. Play a top card, which is Inferno Missile Pod, which is great. I'm going to hold off on the thing, though. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on the thing. Normally, it would be great to put cards underneath that. I'm going to hold off a little bit because we don't have enough cards for that. And then the Sacrificial Instruments. We'll just put out Akpunku's Drum, I guess. I mean, Benchmark kind of wants to do this. Yeah, Benchmark can do it. Because you can put it under the Inferno Missile Pod. All right. This gives us hit points. This gives us an extra +1. Port of Blood gives us Dame Katarina. Who does not like Benchmark. Did I say no or did I say yes? What did I do? Am I dumb? Oh no, there it is. Okay. I heard a discard sound, so that got me scared. All right, we're gonna ditch Danny Boy. Someone might say I could ditch Jim's hat when I don't have enough cards for it. I'm gonna ditch Danny Boy. I'm gonna ditch secondary cannon, the drum, and the ring. And we'll lose a Scion of Flame. And we get a new Scion, which is the Scion of the Storm. No. But the good news is this is all 0. We're staying alive. Oh, yeah, this has to redirect. That's 1 to Chrono-Ranger, which is 0 to legs. And then 0 to legs. Yeah. And then that's 0. An ongoing card, and that card is Obvious Futility. Uh-oh. Your damage is irreducible. Well, at this point, Chrono's going to take this because it's less damage. I mean, Legacy is at 6, so... Yeah. Yeah, ditch that. Move it underneath. Yeah. Alright, that's a little bit of a problem, but... we do at least have a means of getting rid of Obvious Futility. And that means is, whoops, sorry. I can destroy a card that's underneath Infernal Missile Pod. That is funny. It technically is a non-character card that belongs to another hero. Indeed. I'm gonna get rid of Tactical Communicator because you can get it back a little more easily. I could get rid of the hat, but I want to keep the hat. Why would I lose the hat? No. Ooh, Uncharmed Life. That gives me a brief new power. Yeah, I'm going to keep Bounty Board. Because someday I'll have discarded a bounty. I could just play it for the damage, but... why would I play it for the damage when I could instead play it for something else? I'm not going to use Polyphoric Flare at this point. Just doing my job is good. I will draw a card. Shunt Energy. I don't have a 1. I'll just play it. Because then you have it. I could do it right now, but no, I'll do myself too much damage. So instead, I'm going to regain a hit point and play Shunt Energy. Okay. And multi-point HUD is really good. And then I can put Tactical Communicator into play. See, I wish I had multi-point HUD first, but I mean, I'm still doing 12 damage. I wish I could do that first. Well, no, we're gonna keep that. We'll keep that so Benchmark could discard it to regain a hit point. So instead, I'm going to have Argent Adept discard Rhapsody of... No, not Rhapsody. Saraband of Destruction. That's a little dangerous. Because now I don't have any more ongoing destruction. I'm going to put the Rhapsody out. And then maybe I can actually use it. At some point. Benchmark gets really insane when he has any damage boosters. Alright, yeah, we're going to ditch a lead from the front because Legacy can't really stay alive anyway. The Distic Dissonant is capable of destroying Scions. True story. I'm just gonna backfist strike. We're gonna end this game as fast as we can because if this lasts any longer, we run a massive danger of bad things happening. We're gonna have to end this before the cows come home. Oh, good. Blood Countess Bathory, because we really needed you to hit the hero with the highest HP. Ouch. I need Legacy to be able to redirect damage from Chronos. I'm just gonna do this. Alright, Scion of Frost is going to do 0 damage. Ow. Well, it is 3. The Legacy can take it. Elemental Outburst does nothing. Form of the Harbinger gives us a new Scion. That Scion is Scion of Blight. And there are 5 Scions in play now. So the challenge rule applies. You can get rid of a Scion. And I definitely don't want any of these. But Scion of Frost is going to stop me from being able to take him out. So we're going to do that. Normally I would try to take out Scion of the Storm, but we might be capable. In fact, we are very likely going to do 23 damage in this round. You've seen Chrono-Ranger, you see Benchmark, you know what everyone is capable of. So you know this is very possible. Especially because we have Turn of Events. Because each other player may use a power. So Legacy can do a +1. And then what else? We can give Chrono 2 powers. I can't safely hit Chrono at this point, I think. I could have extreme power on Chrono to play a card. But first let's have Benchmark regain a hit point. Is that better? That would take him out, wouldn't it? I'm just gonna regain a hit point and play the top card of my deck. And we get Intervening Path Calculator. Okay. Not super exciting. We'll have Chrono use a power. This is going to expire immediately, but hey, 6 damage is 6 damage. And then Setback's not going to get another turn, so we can discard a card. And another card. An Argent Adept. Certainly the Harp. The problem is, we have 3 +1s from Legacy, and Chrono gets a +1 from Hunter and Hunted. He should survive. Am I crazy or am I crazy? He survives! Because we have cards to discard. What we're saying is that Argent can do Progeny's job for him by yelling at the other heroes to death. Yes, that's exactly what we're saying. Yeah, this game's not lasting beyond Chrono's turn. In fact, it almost didn't last beyond this turn. But I forgot we had the power here. So whose turn is it anyway? And sure, reduce the next damage dealt to a hero by 2. But here's what's happening. We're gonna sudden contract for ultimate target. And then we're gonna kill Progeny with 8 damage. Chrono-Ranger is super powerful when he has damage boosters. And Hunter and Hunted is really great when you can redirect the damage. It's also really great on its own. I used to be really scared of Hunter and Hunted because of the self-damage increase. But if you can keep Chrono-Ranger alive, he turns into a death machine really quickly. When you just need Progeny super dead. And Sanvar says he picked Court of Blood as they might prevent Progeny's healing, and that is exactly, like, I figured that was the reason, because Court of Blood can shut down his self-healing, which would mean that the Scion of Frost would do nothing. But unfortunately, we never saw that card. Instead, we saw vampires that worked against the heroes, so that wasn't too nice. Missing number picked Progeny and Legacy because Chrono was around. It'll also shut down his... Yeah, it will also shut down the radiant damage, indeed. And I'm sure that you were, upset that I never played Ultimate Target until past the point where it would have been useful. And certainly, like, the biggest damage dealer was arguably Chrono-Ranger in that fight, so Ultimate Target would have been better suited for his +1, plus being able to get a third instance of Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. And someone might say, why didn't you use Grandpa Legacy to give Chrono-Ranger another instance of Neurotoxin Dart Thrower? But I kind of tend to steer away from super powerful combinations like that. I don't know. Like, because I had the choice here. And like in most Viewer's Choice games, I don't have a choice. But I kind of steer away from like game-breaking combinations, which is why I tend to stay away from Legacy frequently, because like being able to lead from the front and next evolution certain instances of damage can shut down certain villains, or being able to put out, say, a takedown to stop the villain from playing cards. Someone would say we could have used that against Ultimate Ennead and like have the combination of Tempest moving takedown into hand so Legacy plays it on his turn or something to stop the Ennead from doing anything ever. But I don't know. There are certain combinations of heroes that are very potent. I kind of prefer a more straightforward match as opposed to one that's game-breaking. I like the combinations that do that, but I don't know. I tend to steer away from Legacy because he sort of makes games inherently easier. And especially if you do Grandpa Legacy with Argent Adept and having all the damage bouncing, or if you combo it with Prime Warden's Fanatic, or even Benchmark is capable of it because he has a card that says discard a card, have another hero draw a card, and use a power. Power bouncing is a fun sport, but makes the game sometimes a little less fun. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So it is 7:58. Technically, it's not 8. Technically, I've not hit my 2-hour quota, but I think I'm going to call it for tonight because I am feeling a little tired. And we've had some 2 big games, so I'm pretty content with this stream. We've taken down an additional ultimate villain. We are down to the last 3, the Chairman, the Ennead, and Trickster Kismet, and I believe we fought all of them at least once. I think Ennead we fought twice and lost both times. Chairman, I believe, like, technically I fought him on the first Dolphin's dive and I've beaten him, but I think in the proper Summer of Ultimates I've not beaten him yet. And Trickster Kismet we fought once and oddly lost because of a bad round. Thank you, Nate Diggidoggity, sorry, for the 20 bits. The support is much appreciated. But yeah, so we'll pick that up in the future. If you missed the announcement on Tuesday on Sentinels Live, the next mini pack, the Void Guard, is being released soon. In fact, it's being released for the 4th anniversary of Sentinels of the Multiverse is released to digital media. So that'll be coming out actually literally on the stream of Sentinels Live, which is the first of several anniversaries. I don't know, technically it's the 2nd anniversary special, and I want to make sure I get these dates right because I honestly don't remember if it's this week or next week. But let me double check this. Is it actually here? It's anniversary 4, and I should spell anniversary correctly. October 14th through the 19th, so it's not next week. But actually, technically, it is starting even before that. It is starting on the 14th, which is Sunday the 14th. You can, if you did not check this out, here is a URL link. The Sentinels Anniversary Week is starting Sunday, October 14th, with Tales from the Archive with another letdown, featuring narration by Multiverse architect Christopher Bedell. Then the next day, on Monday, October 15th, the On Deck stream with Pirate Savvy and Dover features boatswain Christopher Bedell. And then on Tuesday, October 16th, we have Sentinels Live with Jeremy and John featuring the Rise of the Void Guard. Void Guard will be released as well as one of the first of 4 variant hunts. We'll have one a week like we normally do with, or like we had last year with Fall of the Variants. Then on Wednesday, October 17th, we have a special stream with Crit Camp with special guest Christopher Bedell. And then on Thursday night, we have a special music night with Multiverse Maestro Jean-Marc. You get to hear some perhaps Oblivion preview music. And then the end of the anniversary week is Friday, October 19th, is Dolphin's Dive with Christopher Bedell featuring strategy specialist Lewd Dolphin. We had the funny switch around of that, like Dolphin's Dive, hosted by Christopher Bedell, guest starring strategy specialist Lewd Dolphin. But yeah, that's going to be a very fun stream, and that's 2 weeks from now, so be sure to tune in to see that. So next week we'll continue on with the Fall of the Leftover variants. Maybe we'll get done with the remaining 3 so that on Christopher's week we can just play whatever and feature some sorts of combinations that no one ever realized, because we'll have the main developer, literal developer of Sentinels of the Multiverse appear on stream with me. But yes, the Void Guard is going to be released 2 Tuesdays from now, so that's in 10 days? 10 days? 10 days from now. Coming very soon. Or actually, it's 11 days. Coming October 16th. Oh, is that? Okay, whatever. It's coming very soon. Enjoy it. And every year for the Sentinels Multiverse, we like to give back, and this year is no exception. Stay tuned for more information about which charity we will be supporting and how you can participate. There is the anniversary sale. There will be great deals on all things Sentinels all week. Stay tuned. Look forward to that, and be sure to participate in the anniversary special with your own streams, because I'm sure that Handelabra will be willing to host you if you do your own Sentinels streams. If you just tuned in to this stream and you have no idea what's going on, welcome to what was Dolphin's Dive. It used to be Dolphin's Dive. It still is Dolphin's Dive, but it used to be Dolphin's Dive too. The strategy special stream, where we discuss strategy and combinations and methodology for defeating the villains. And we'll discuss when I make a bad play, like putting both of my keep movings to get mortal form to energies when I should have really kept one for a flush to iron, or when I don't put out ultimate targets so that we don't get multiple instances of Neurotoxin Dart Thrower to minimize Progeny's damage, which didn't really matter in this fight, but could have mattered in another alternate reality match. This channel does Sentinels and Multiverse content. I briefly talked about it with the Anniversary Week special, but every Monday we have On Deck with Pirate Savvy and Dover. Every Tuesday we have Sentinels Live with Jeremy and John. Every Friday, like today, we have Dolphins Dive with Lewd Dolphin. And every Sunday we have Tales from the Archive with Another Letdown. 4 weekly streams that you can come check out with various content designed around Sentinels of the Multiverse in general. Sometimes, maybe one of these days, we'll branch out and do a different game that is, of course, related to Handelabra, such as Bottom of the Ninth, which is very unlikely, or One Deck Dungeon, which is a little more likely, but I still need to get around to learning that game. But it does look like a fun strategic game, and I would love to be able to learn how to play it and show you some stuff about how to play the game. I don't know what else I need to say. Osuke found the poll. Yeah, we experimented with a poll this week. We're going to perhaps try to incorporate that in a different manner in future weeks. It only lets you see the first 2 options. Oops. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna figure something out better. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your stay. I'm gonna put on some Progeny victory music, also known as letters page music. Not that direction, this direction. Let's go listen to some letters page music, guys. Until next week, good night, drive safe. The letters page is an article written by Christopher and Adam. Characters on the letters page are representative of Greater Than Games.